G'day, it's Pat Dooley, and this is episode 2 of the series Leveling Up. In episode 1, we took a holistic approach to success. That's holistic with a capital W. Let's dig into that a bit more. I'd like you to imagine that you have a new block of land. All the utilities are connected, and your task is to build a house. What do you do first? Some of you might go and get all the materials and start building. Some of you might draw it out first or get someone to draw it for you. Whether you have the plan in your head or plans drawn or no plans at all, once you start to build, where do you start? Can you start with the roof? No! The walls need to hold up the roof. Can you start with the walls then? No! The foundations need to hold up the walls. Can you start with laying the rebar and pouring the concrete to make the foundations? Most people want to start there. But no, a hole needs to be dug to surround the foundations. Something you want to keep in mind. The size of the structure you want to build determines how deep into the ground you need to dig to make the foundations. So bear with me. What has this got to do with thinking, speaking, reading, and writing? Well, the way I look at it, your thinking is like the depth of the hole in the ground. So, if you want great success, profound happiness, deep love, prolonged health, and meaningful belonging, it all begins in your mind and how you think. And of course, thinking itself is not enough. Just like the hole in the ground is not enough to build a house. You need other parts. You need to take action. You need to do things. And your thinking is going to determine what you do, how you do it, and maybe more importantly, why you do it. It also determines what you read. Moreover, how you read. So how do you read? More importantly, when did you learn how to read? Who taught you to read, and for what purpose? Were you taught to read one word at a time and pronounce it silently in your thoughts? At what age did you learn this? Was it 5 or 6? Let's say it was. Have you leveled up your reading since then? I don't just mean reading faster. Were you mentored how to read differently in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s? Or are you still reading with the same skill set you learned as a child? There is more than one way to read, and the way you think about reading determines what and how and why you read. Reading is an important skill. Think of reading like getting your driver's license. It's freedom to go anywhere you want, to learn anything you want, to level up at anything you desire. Knowing how to read and actually reading are two different things, just like having a driver's license and actually driving are two different things. But possibly more important yet is the skill of learning. Metacognition, simply said, thinking about thinking. It's a skill too. Now, there's no one way to fulfillment. My point is that you look at the solution first, the puzzle completed, the big picture, the end game, the outcome, the win, if you like. As the late Stephen Covey puts it, start with the end in mind. If you begin with the end in mind, you can leverage your mind and parts of your brain that will actively, in fact possibly autonomously, compel you in the right direction. More on that next episode. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next episode.